What's up, guys? Dax McClellan here, and this is the second video of our Designing Digitally series. Okay, I'm gonna put out a couple more, but this is today's. So, before we get into this, I hope everybody's having a great day. And I do want to let you guys know I don't claim to be a fucking guru of designing digitally. I'm not some fucking nerd that thinks he's the best. I just know it works for me. I know it works for me every fucking day, and I can rely on it full time in my tattoo career. So I don't know everything, but I know enough to really see improvements and save 10 to 15 hours per week on designing compared to drawing on paper. Okay, so let's get into this. Oh, by the way, one thing before we jump in is for those of you guys who want to make the jump into digital designing, I'm giving you guys a gift. I'm giving you guys a free cheat sheet on my 3 steps to get started. The link is in the description. All you gotta do is click it, type your name and email, and I'll send it to you through email. Also, I'm gonna over-deliver and send you a 20-minute mini course on the basic tools of Photoshop so that you can get started with Photoshop today. Whether you have clients today or not, you can get started. So let's get into the content for today. So I'm going to be sharing the 5 limiting beliefs that I see a lot of tattoo artists make that actually holds them back from even considering to design digitally. Okay, if you have one of these, I guarantee you will never learn how to design digitally unless you break the belief and look at it a different way. Okay, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So let's get into this. Tons of tattoo artists are excited about designing digitally. We've already seen it's a possibility. I know you've seen some artists out there doing crazy wizardly designs. I know you might have seen some of mine. All my tattoos come from digital designing in Photoshop. Okay, so you know it's possible, but for me, it didn't come that easy. I didn't get no free cheat sheet. I didn't get anything. In fact, when I started looking around, I was completely fucking overwhelmed, okay? The first thing I did was Google how to design digitally and how to design digitally for tattoo artists. And I saw so many options, okay? Should I get a digital pen? Should I get an iPad? Should I get Procreate? Should I get Photoshop? Should I get a Welcome tablet? Should I get more DVDs? Should I watch more YouTube videos? Should I get into a college class on digital designing or graphic designing? I was overwhelmed. My pockets were getting low because when I invest in myself, I break the fucking bank, okay? So I try to invest as much as I can. So I was getting overwhelmed. My pockets were getting low because I spent so much money on this stuff. And I knew I really wanted to design digitally and take my shit to the next level. But, I had to question, would I actually make this jump? Would I actually follow through and commit to this and make this digital transition? Because it was so different from just drawing on paper and pencil. I want to tell you more about the limiting beliefs that I see a lot of tattoo artists make when it comes to designing digitally, because there's so many ways to go wrong, and there's so many beliefs that hold us back from even starting, okay? And there's actually plenty of people out on the internet, on YouTube, whatever, all over the internet, that are giving you advice that either might be confusing to you because they don't know how to explain it in a really simple way, or it might be too advanced for you. I know if you're like me, when I first started designing digitally, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I barely even knew how to use a computer. So when somebody starts talking all this about layers and all kinds of stuff that has to do with Photoshop or digital designing, I had no fucking clue what they were talking about. I thought they were speaking alien language. So, it was worthless to me. I needed somebody that's like, hey, this is where you start, okay? And this is the step after that, and this is the step, and I'm going to get you here, and we're going to go step by step, okay? That's what I needed, and that's what I want to help you guys with, okay? And when you're confused, it's hard to get ahead. It's when you're confused, you don't, and you're getting facts from somebody that's confusing you. It might be holding you back. You might actually be going down a path that's a dead end because you never questioned it or you never thought about, okay, is this the right way? So let's get into it. Here are the 5 limiting beliefs that I see so many tattoo artists make. And I want to help you guys so you don't fall victim to them and hold yourself back. And if you do have these, the first step in overcoming them is just being aware that you do have them. I'm going to show you what's going on and how, what's holding you back, and how to release that hold and think of it in a different way, okay? So let's get into it. Number one, the first limiting belief I hear is it's going to be expensive. I can't afford the equipment or the programs, okay? And this comes from usually the same type of artist that's like, hey, Dax, how do you do an amazing quality tattoo and charge more when you don't, when I don't use quality equipment? You know, it's the same artist that wants to do great tattoos and has this huge, big dream, but is still ordering cheap-ass supplies, still trying to find a way to save money on supplies. Like, the truth is you can't do quality tattoos without quality supplies, okay? You can't cheat the process, okay? If you don't invest in yourself, why would anybody invest in you? That's my golden rule, you know? When I'm wondering why somebody isn't listening to me, or why somebody doesn't want to buy my program, or why this, or why that, why somebody doesn't want to get a tattoo from me, I look at myself. How much am I investing in myself? What's going on, you know? If you can't invest in you, why would anybody else? That's a good rule to live by. Another one is the more you invest, the more people invest in you, okay? Really, really similar. So, the truth is while investing digitally does cost you money for the programs, for the equipment or whatever, any type of really good equipment for tattooing does cost money. Same with Cheyenne cartridges and stuff like that, you know. It's money well invested into your craft, okay? And it'll actually pay for itself when you're able to deal with more clients because you have more free time, okay? Designing digitally alone saved me 10 to 15, sometimes even 20 hours per week on designing, okay? And I was still able to do the tattoos, except I had 20 extra hours. What would you do with an extra 15, 20 extra hours per week? Still getting the same amount of tattoos done. Still getting the same amount of designs done. Would you use that to add more clients to your books? Would you use that time, 10 to 15 hours on a painting? Would you use that 10 to 15 hours with your family, or going out, hanging out, doing some fun stuff with your friends? I don't know, but 10 to 15 hours is like a part-time job, and you get that much time free when you actually learn how to design digitally. It's possible. It really is. And soon, okay, I'm going to show you a way to start that's affordable for any tattoo artist, and you don't even need a Wacom tablet or digital pen to get started, okay? The second limiting belief that I see a lot of tattoo artists make is the belief that they say, I don't have time to learn. And this comes from the tattoo artists that got a full booked up schedule, they're already busy, and at the same time, they're already overwhelmed with keeping up with their client designs. Sometimes they forget them, sometimes they need to push clients back because, you know, they got to redraw something or whatever. Well, the truth is while you may be busy with a full clientele, so am I. And if I did it while running 2 different businesses and my full clientele, you can and you should, okay? It doesn't take as long as you think, and it's actually fun once you get the basics down. Once you get my 20-minute mini tutorial through that link, you will know the basics. That's when it will start to become fun, okay? And in the long run, like I said, you're cutting your designing time down dramatically, okay? Allowing you to use your time on more clients or spending more time with your family, okay? Soon I'm going to show you how to do that. Third limiting belief that I see so many tattoo artists make is the belief of, I need to become a better tattoo artist first, okay? And this is what I get from a lot of apprentices, a lot of less advanced tattoo artists. And the truth is you know, before doing anything really great, we have a bunch of self-doubts. Will it work? Am I ready for this? Whether it's a fear of success or a fear of failure. You know, in my life, let me share a story with you. When I moved to Miami for 6 months, and I couldn't even afford it, I went out there anyways, but right before I went out there, I had so many doubts. Would I lose my shop by moving across the state? Would I lose all my money? Would I end up homeless? I had all these stupid doubts. I went out there, I overcame a fear, I came back more confident than ever, and it was one of the best experiences that I ever had. You know, the truth is this is how you become a better tattoo artist, you know. There's never a perfect time to jump into anything. The perfect time is now, and that's what makes you everybody wants to wait for this, oh, I need to do this and this before I do this. The truth is you need to do that, and then you'll be able to do this and this and this and this. I hope that makes sense. And also, whether this is your first tattoo, your 1,000th tattoo, where does tattoos start? It starts with the foundations, just like a skyscraper. Where does a skyscraper start? It starts with the foundations, okay? Where does a tattoo start? It starts with the foundations. The design is the foundation, okay? And this is how you become a better tattoo artist. The more tools and knowledge that you have in your toolbox, the more improvements you're going to see. Have you ever seen one of those tattoo artists that's been tattooing for 1 or 2 years and is like world fucking known? I truly believe that's how they do it, is they just submerge themselves into a tidal wave of all kinds of new skills and develop themselves. That's how they do it. It's not just from doing things the traditional way, okay? Doing things the traditional way will make you become a traditional artist, okay? Nowadays, there's way more ways to learn. Nowadays, there's way more efficient ways to work, and that's not the traditional way. That's the new way, okay? And at the same time, when you get better at your designing, because it's the foundation to your tattoos will actually get better, okay? So this is a huge investment into your skills, and it will give you that kickstart. It could give you that kickstart that you absolutely need to get ahead in the industry, especially if you're just starting out. Fourth limiting belief that I see so many tattoo artists make is this: I don't need to design digitally. I'm fine. And this one's said a bunch of different ways. It's also said in a way of like, oh, I'm computer illiterate. I can't learn this. Or I do things the old school way. I can't learn this. And this really comes from those old school artists or people that have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years, and they're just stuck in their ways. You know, they kind of want to learn, but they don't want to do anything different. And the thing is there's a quote out there that says, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got, okay? If you do what you've always done, you're not going to learn how to design digitally. You got to do something different, okay? That's what I'm here to do. I got a course on designing differently, and it's also on designing digitally. I'm gonna share more of that later on, but obviously, if you're watching this video, you want more out of your designing, or you wouldn't be watching it, okay? And for those of you who are kind of stuck in that way, you know, this isn't about just calling you out and just like an asshole, you know, I'm going to help you, okay? The time is coming. I do want you to know that. And all I got to do is, I just want to ask you one thing. One request is, start thinking about, if you threw away the pen and the pencil and the paper, imagine designing digitally full time, and instead of 5 hours of drawing, it took you 30 minutes of drawing. How would that affect your career? How would that affect your free time? How would that affect the amount of clients you can deal with and how you deal with them? Okay, I want you to think about that, because the time is coming. Okay, fifth limiting belief, and this is the last one that I see so many tattoo artists make, is the limiting belief of, I need to learn more about this before I make the jump. And the thing is, you know, when we're spending money, it's really easy to justify or back out of something because we overthink it, overcomplicate something, self-doubt creeps in, whatever the case may be, procrastination. And the truth is why make it complicated? If we break this down at a very basic level, you know digitally designing will save you time. You also know it will take your tattoo designs to the next level, and it will allow you to add more clients to the books while still keeping up with your clients' designs in an efficient way. Sometimes we think about the details before taking action too much, and then we end up talking ourselves out of something that could have been a straight-up game changer for us. I know I've done that plenty of times. I was 3 feet from gold plenty of times, or 3 feet from a goal, and I turned around. I gave up on it because I talked myself out of it. We never know when something's going to be a game changer for us. And the thing is usually the things that are game changers for us, those opportunities never come at the perfect time. We just got to make them the time. You know, sometimes it comes at the most inconvenient times. But that's the thing is, you know, the difference between people who take their opportunities and crush them and really succeed are those people who don't wait for the perfect time. They take the opportunity head on and they go for it. And I want to let you guys know, if that's you, if you're kind of procrastinating, all you gotta do is stop thinking so much, because the time is coming soon. The truth about designing tattoos by hand and drawing them I mean, it's all cool, you know, and if you're a less advanced artist, you should draw as much as you can. I still draw and paint, even though I digitally design. I just don't draw and paint for a tattoo client that I'm only getting paid for the tattoo for. I draw and paint for myself just to have fun, no expectations, okay? And that's what I still encourage you guys to do. But the truth is drawing tattoos by hand is cool, but we don't get paid for it, and it takes a ton of time, okay? Not only that, but keeping up with lots of client designs is fucking overwhelming, man. Digital designing is a very valuable investment into your tattoo career. And it's going to pay off in a big way. It elevates your design possibilities, dramatically decreases the amount of time needed to create your tattoo designs, and my favorite part is this. Let me share a story. So when I remember drawing, when I was drawing completely by hand, I remember drawing this big ass rib piece. It was for an all day session. It took like 5-6 hours on drawing this thing, and because I wanted to make it perfect. Well, it gets to the day of the appointment, I flip it around and show my client, and he's like, it looks cool, but I had something different in my head. So that 5 hours was a waste of time. I had to redraw the whole thing, and whether you got to redraw the whole thing and take another 5 hours or whatever, or your client just wants a couple modifications, or they want a couple modifications, they want to go back to the first design and then back to modifications, whatever the case may be, when you're drawing them, that shit sucks because that takes a ton of time. I know you know what I'm talking about. You know, when you got to erase that stuff, redraw it with the client, shit sucks. It takes hours. You might even have to reschedule an appointment that you put after that person because you didn't expect them to do that. Well, when you know how to do it digitally, nowadays, like, when a client does that, it's a snap of a finger and I can change it. And it's a snap of a finger and I can change it back. So making modifications is so much easier. Taking them away is so much easier. And that's what I'm here to tell you. It's such a great investment. And with that being said, this is the end of this video. But I got more coming on. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you opt in and get my 3-step cheat sheet. It's 100% free. It'll show you how to get started with designing digitally if you're ready to make that jump. I encourage you to do so. It's 100% free. This is only going out to, you know, a certain amount of people. I'm not sure when I'm going to take this down, but I am going to take it down eventually. So I'm only giving it out to a certain amount of people. And when you opt in right now, I'm going to send you an email with more content. I'm also going to send you an email with a 20-minute free mini course on the basic tools of Photoshop so that you can get started designing digitally today. Okay, once you opt in, you can get started today. Just watch the video, follow the instructions, you get started. Now, other than that, I want to leave you guys with this message. I'm going to make another video that includes the third video of this that kind of runs off from this in the next couple days, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I just want to leave you with this, okay? If nobody told you, I believe in you, okay? I was the person that nobody believed in me, so I had to believe in myself, so I understand the value of believing in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you because I know what kind of power believing in yourself allows you to do. You know, that's your personal power. And I want you guys to know that next level that you guys really want to get to in your career, whatever that is, whether it's skill development, client development, you know, owning a shop, that next level is closer than you think. And, you know, for me, like I said, I've turned around when I was 3 feet from gold plenty of times. And I don't want you guys to do that, you know. It's really easy in this world to talk yourself out of stuff because other people don't approve of it or whatever the case may be. Well, that next level is closer than you think. So all you got to do, don't worry about all the fucking steps involved in whatever you're aiming for. Just put one foot in front of the other and the other foot in front of the other and just keep trucking, keep going. It's daily steps. You know, it's the small things that amount to the big things. So other than that, y'all have a great day.